450,000 years ago, on Nibiru, a distant member of our solar system, life faces slow extinction as the planet's atmosphere erodes. Deposed by Anu, the ruler Alelu escapes in a spaceship and finds refuge on Earth. He discovers that Earth has gold that can be used to protect Nibiru's atmosphere. 445,000 years ago, led by Enki, a son of Anu, the Anunnaki land on Earth, establish Eridu, Earth Station 1, for extracting gold from the waters of the Persian Gulf. 430,000 years ago, Earth's climate mellows. More Anunnaki arrive on Earth, among them Enki's half-sister Ninhursag, chief medical officer. 416,000 years ago, as gold production falters, Anu arrives on Earth with Enlil, their heir apparent. It is decided to obtain the vital gold by mining it in southern Africa. Drawing lots, Enlil wins command of Earth mission. Enki is relegated to Africa. On departing Earth, Anu is challenged by Alelu's grandson. 400,000 years ago, 7 functional settlements in southern Mesopotamia include a spaceport, Sippar, mission control center, Nippur, and a metallurgical center, Shuruppak. The ores arrive by ships from Africa. The refined metal is sent aloft to orbiters manned by the Igigi, then transferred to spaceships arriving periodically from Nibiru. 380,000 years ago, gaining the support of the Igigi, Alelu's grandson attempts to seize mastery over Earth. The Enlilites win the war of the olden gods. 300,000 years ago, the Anunnaki toiling in the gold mines mutiny. Enki and Ninhursag create primitive workers through genetic manipulation of Ape Woman. They take over the manual chores of the Anunnaki. Enlil raids the mines, brings the primitive workers to the Eden in Mesopotamia. Given the ability to procreate, Homo sapiens begins to multiply. 200,000 years ago, life on Earth regresses during a new glacial age. 100,000 years ago, climate warms again. The Anunnaki, the biblical Nephilim, to Enlil's growing annoyance, marry the daughters of man. 75,000 years ago, the accusation of Earth, a new ice age begins. Regressive types of man roam the Earth. Cro-Magnon man survives. 49,000 years ago, Enki and Ninhursag elevate humans of Anunnaki parentage to rule in Shuruppak. Enlil, enraged, plots mankind's demise. 13,000 years ago, realizing that the passage of Nibiru in Earth's proximity will trigger an immense tidal wave, Enlil makes the Anunnaki swear to keep the impending calamity a secret from mankind. In 11,000 BCE, Enki breaks the oath, instructs Sesudra Noah to build a submersible ship. The deluge sweeps over the Earth. The Anunnaki witness the total destruction from their orbiting spacecraft. Enlil agrees to grant the remnants of mankind implements and seeds. Agriculture begins in the highlands. Enki domesticates animals. In 10,500 BCE, the descendants of Noah are allotted 3 regions. Ninurta, Enlil's foremost son, dams the mountains and drains the rivers to make Mesopotamia habitable. Enki reclaims the Nile Valley. The Sinai Peninsula is retained by the Anunnaki for a post-diluvial spaceport. A control center is established on Mount Moriah, the future Jerusalem. In 9780 BCE, Ra, Marduk, Enki's firstborn son, divides dominion over Egypt between Osiris and Seth. In 9330 BCE, Seth seizes and dismembers Osiris, assumes sole rule over the Nile Valley. In 8970 BCE, Horus avenges his father Osiris by launching the First Pyramid War. Seth escapes to Asia, seizes the Sinai Peninsula and Canaan. In 8670 BCE, Opposed to the resulting control of all the space facilities by Enki's descendants, the Enlilites launched the Second Pyramid War. The victorious Ninurta empties the Great Pyramid of its equipment, and Ninhursag, half-sister of Enki and Enlil, convenes peace conference. The division of Earth is reaffirmed. Rule over Egypt transferred from the Ra-Marduk dynasty to that of Thoth. Heliopolis built as a substitute beacon city. In 8500 BCE, the Anunnaki established outposts at the gateway to the space facilities. Jericho is one of them. In 7400 BCE, as the era of peace continues, the Anunnaki grant mankind new advances. The Neolithic period begins. Demigods rule over Egypt. In 3800 BCE, urban civilization begins in Sümer as the Anunnaki re-establish there the olden cities, beginning with Eridu and Nippur. Anu comes to Earth for a pageantful visit. A new city, Uruk, is built in his honor. He makes its temple the abode of his beloved granddaughter, Inanna, or Ishtar. In 3760 BCE, mankind granted kingship. Kish is first capital under the aegis of Ninurta. The calendar begun at Nippur. Civilization blossoms out in Sümer, the first region. In 3450 BCE, primacy in Sümer transferred to Nanar, or Sin. Marduk proclaims Babylon gateway of the gods. The Tower of Babel incident. The Anunnaki confuse mankind's languages. His coup frustrated, Marduk, Ra, returns to Egypt, deposes Thoth, seizes his younger brother Dumuzi, who had been betrothed to Inanna. Dumuzi accidentally killed, Marduk imprisoned alive in the Great Pyramid. Freed through an emergency shaft, he goes into exile. In 3100 BCE, 350 years of chaos end with installation of first Egyptian pharaoh in Memphis. Civilization comes to the second region. In 2900 BCE, kingship in Sümer transferred to Erech, Inanna given dominion over the third region. The Indus Valley civilization begins. In 2650 BCE, Sumer's royal capital shifts about. Kingship deteriorates. Enlil loses patience with the unruly human multitudes. In 2371 BCE, Inanna falls in love with Shahrukh, or Sargon. He establishes a new capital city, Agade, or Akkad, and the Akkadian Empire launched. In 2316 BCE, aiming to rule the four regions, Sargon removes sacred soil from Babylon. The Marduk-Inanna conflict flares up again. It ends when Nergal, Marduk's brother, journeys from South Africa to Babylon and persuades Marduk to leave Mesopotamia. In 2291 BCE, Naram-Sin ascends the throne of Akkad. Directed by the warlike Inanna, he penetrates the Sinai Peninsula and invades Egypt. In 2255 BCE, Inanna usurps the power in Mesopotamia. Naram-Sin defies Nippur. The great Anunnaki obliterate Agade. Inanna escapes. Sümer and Akkad occupied by foreign troops loyal to Enlil and Ninurta. In 2220 BCE, Sumerian civilization rises to new heights under enlightened rulers of Lagash. Thoth helps its king Gudea build a ziggurat temple for Ninurta. In 2193 BCE, Terah, Abraham's father, born in Nippur into a priestly royal family. In 2180 BCE, Egypt is divided. Followers of Ra/Marduk retain the south. Pharaohs opposed to him gain the throne of Lower Egypt, which is actually the north. In 2130 BCE, as Enlil and Ninurta are increasingly away, central authority also deteriorates in Mesopotamia. Inanna's attempts to regain the kingship for Erech does not last. In 2123 BCE, Abraham born in Nippur. In 2113 BCE, Enlil entrusts the lands of Shem to Nanar. Declared capital of the new empire. Namu ascends throne, is named protector of Nippur. The Nippurian priest Terah, Abraham's father, comes to to liaison with his royal court. In 2096 BCE, Namu dies in battle. The people consider his untimely death a betrayal by Anu and Enlil. Terah departs with his family for Haran. In 2095 BCE, Shulgi ascends the throne of strengthens imperial ties. As empire thrives, Shulgi falls under the charms of Inanna and becomes her lover, grants Larsa to the Elamites in exchange for serving as his foreign legion. In 2080 BCE, Theban princes loyal to Ra/Marduk pressed northward under Mentuhotep I. Nabu, Marduk's son, gains adherents for his father in Western Asia. In 2055 BCE, on Nanar's orders, Shulgi sends Elamite troops to suppress unrest in Canaanite cities. Elamites reach the gateway to the Sinai Peninsula and its spaceport. In 2048 BCE, Shulgi dies. Marduk moves to the land of the Hittites. Abraham ordered to southern Canaan with an elite corps of cavalrymen. In 2047 BCE, Amar-Sin becomes king of Abraham goes to Egypt, stays 5 years, then returns with more troops. In 2041 BCE, guided by Inanna, Amar-Sin forms a coalition of kings of the east, launches military expedition to Canaan and the Sinai. Its leader is the Elamite Kedorlaomer. Abraham blocks the advance at the gateway to the spaceport. In 2038 BCE, Shu-Sin replaces Amar-Sin on the throne of as the empire disintegrates. In 2029 BCE, Ibi-Sin replaces Shu-Sin, the western provinces increasingly to Marduk. In 2024 BCE, leading his followers, Marduk marches on Sümer, enthrones himself in Babylon. Fighting spreads to central Mesopotamia. Nippur's Holy of Holies is defiled. Enlil demands punishment for Marduk and Nabu. Enki opposes, but his son Nergal sides with Enlil. As Nabu marshals his Canaanite followers to capture the spaceport, the great Anunnaki approve of the use of nuclear weapons. Nergal and Ninurta destroy the spaceport and the errant Canaanite cities. In 2023 BCE, the winds carry the radioactive cloud to Sümer. People die a terrible death, animals perish, the water is poisoned, the soil becomes barren. Sümer and its great civilization lie prostrate. Its legacy passes to Abraham's seed as he begets, at age 100, a legitimate heir, Isaac.